earlier you rotated that table?
Yeah.
Why?
Thanksgiving.
Oh.
But we did it for the party.
Oh.
All right, you ready?
Yep. Yep.
All right.
Hola, senores. It is I, Senor Batman, and this is episode 27 of 100% Radio. I'm your host, Senor Batman. Joining me will be some other fat asshole that's not here right now, but in the meantime, Brandon.
Hola.
Hola, I think his name is, say, Stephanie? Some chick? Esteban. And then there's there's a black guy. His name is Black Ice or Tony. What is he going for today?
I'm dying right now.
Oh, you're dying. You need a hero? I happen to be one. Okay. All right, I'll be right back.
All right. Get your usual host.
Okay. That guy's an asshole. Jeez. Man, I wonder where Justin could be. Probably shitting.
All right.
Oh, there he is.
Are we ready to do this?
Man, why you let that asshole in your? Why didn't you let that asshole in your house?
What asshole?
Oh God,
That's
a strange man.
That big hairless asshole.
You gotta have the same shirt.
There's a strange Mexican running around your house. Yeah,
the same shirt as me.
Destiny shirt.
Yeah.
Where'd you get that from?
There's the official store, bungiestore.com or net, whatever it is.
Oh,
I ain't plugging.
So
them.
you paid more for that in shipping than you did for.
Actually, I think it's after they fixed their shipping. It was only like $5.
All right. Well, welcome, ladies and gents. Episode 27 as a Senor Batman for us in the intro today. We're going to have a little bit of a shorter episode, most likely, because we're just going to talk about a lot of news today, just to kind of go over some things.
All right. So thanks for listening.
Yeah, thanks for listening. We're done. All right. So let's just jump right into it. EA has fucked up. I'm fucked up now.
Yeah, fuck that.
They have fucked up. So they're taking major flack for the microtransactions and the progression systems in their new game, Star Wars Battlefront 2, which technically comes out Friday for normal people. And then if you got the deluxe, it came out yesterday. But they're taking a lot of shit because pay to play. It's not even pay to play. It's really just, I don't even know what you would call it. Pay to be a jackass.
If the stuff was cosmetic, I don't think people would have as much of a leg to stand on. But the fact that it's stuff that actually affects how good you can, like how equal you are with your competition,
right?
That's probably where it starts to become an issue. Especially when they said, like, I saw on Reddit today the thread that said like it would take like over like 4,500 hours to unlock it without paying money, and if you wanted to pay money, it was like $2,000 you'd probably have to spend.
Yeah,
they're estimating it's like, geez, Louise. And that was, I think, after they cut it. So
that's a lot of hours, and that seems very.
It seems too much, but then again, like they had that AMA today, and they didn't really refute that was false. They just didn't. They're like, oh, we don't know what it is. We don't know.
Right. I mean, if they're not planning on coming out with another one for another 3 or 4 years, then there's not really, much of anything they can do. Tony, Brandon, any thoughts on?
Well, just from playing it a little bit today, like I could see how people are going to be frustrated by the advantages that people, especially because it's like for most of the general public, they're not even going to be able to play till when again?
Friday.
Yeah. So like a bunch of people already have a huge advantage, and they probably already spent money on even more advantages. So it's. I mean, just playing it today, I was a little frustrated, and it didn't seem like that much just of a drastic change from the first one to me. That like I don't know, I wasn't that hyped about it, I guess.
The other thing too is now you actually make a good point, is because also the people that got the deluxe edition got extra of that stuff that you're unlocking.
Yeah. Right.
So it's like they already get like a heads up, and then they get like 3 or 4 days up too. It's like, damn.
Now that I'm fine with, because if you're willing to shell out the extra stuff to get it early and to get all that extra stuff knowing up front, I think that's okay. But then for them to come in and be like, well, you can actually go in and spend real money, extra money to get all these extra characters and all this extra stuff. Yeah. You know, and
then there's a whole fact of even after you unlock the character, you still have to earn points in game to level them, to actually use them, to level them up, to make them better, which is just going to take a drastic amount of time on its own. Because I was like I think I mean, obviously, like I'm not the best player in this game, but like I think I got to Darth Maul once, and he was like wasn't even like one of the well, I guess he was like 6,000 points or whatever.
So that was the battle points. That's not even unlocking him.
Right. Well, I mean, but like I'm saying, like,
oh yeah.
After you've unlocked them, then you have to earn battle points in game to actually use them, and you can't like get experience for them unless you actually use them.
Right.
In the game, right? So
pretty much, like you can't. Like you need kills with that certain hero, but in order to get the hero, you have to unlock them, and then after you unlock them, you got to play with them. So it's like.
So since you guys have played, I have a question. Yeah. Is the star cards like, are they just like random drops, or do you actually pick what you buy?
So basically, everything's the star cards you can craft with crafting points, right? But in order to get crafting points, you have to get the loot boxes. And the loot boxes are all random. There's 3 different ones you can select from, but they're all random. Like what you get is random. So you could get a perk for specialist, and you don't actually even play specialist. You play assault.
Okay.
And then it's like
that was what I was wondering. Is it a feasible scenario that you could play the game for like a long time and not actually get like a certain gun that maybe people like, oh, this is the best gun? Like, is that a scenario or not?
So
really?
Guns, yes, because guns are unlocked via kills. It's actually an achievement in game. You have to get a kill with a certain class for guns. But as far as star cards go, from what I understand, is that you can use the crafting points to pick specific ones if you want. But in order to make it the legendary status, which is like the highest version of that card, you have to craft it. So you have to spend the crafting points, but you also have to earn the crafting points in order to do that. So, I mean, there's a grind to it.
Yeah, because like the one devil's advocate point you could make is like, well, you don't need to unlock everything necessarily. But if you're saying that in some cases, if there's like, say comes a meta or whatever, where it's like, oh, this gun is definitely the best gun, is the one you want to use in this class, or do like whatever. There's some things that come out feasibly. It could take you a long ass time to actually get that. It's not like. It's kind of like Destiny 1 in a way, where like when they're like, oh, this roll of this Grasp of Malik is like awesome. Like, oh, and when this is the Nightfall, you gotta go in, you gotta do it, because except it's different, because in this case you can just spend money and get past that wall. Whereas in Destiny it was like, no, the only way you do this is playing the game.
Yep.
So that's why it wasn't a problem.
Yeah. If everything was cosmetic, then it would be fine, but it's not cosmetic. Although one thing too in Battlefront 1 that they didn't have this time is the customization option. And they even said today in the AMA they did on Reddit is that they just didn't have enough time to put customization options in, but they're working on it. So like you used to be able to be like a man or a woman. You could change the color, you could change your skin. But now it's like everyone looks the same. And basically the same thing. It's like everybody's just the same. So that is something they're working on, but
interesting.
We'll see how long it takes them to fix it, because their holiday numbers are going to suck real bad.
Yeah, it'll definitely, I think, take a little hit, but I still think like people like us some people might not buy it, but I feel like the general person that sees a Star Wars commercial and go, oh, that looks so cool, is just going to buy it, and they're not going to know a difference, and they're not going to play 100 hours in the game anyways.
Yeah, this thing with EA has blown up. Like no matter where you look, like like random girls on Reddit are like, or I mean on Twitter, like, here's a new keyboard from the EA, and it's like a keyboard with a credit card. Like they have no fucking clue what it's about. EA's taking money, and that's all they know.
And the funny thing is, like, this is a thing that EA's done for like a few games, because even like Madden, like if you want, like I used to play Ultimate Team, but if you bought if you buy packs, you get a better team way earlier than if you grind solos and play online. And if you play online, you better have a good team, because the people that are playing online, most times the good people they've spent like 150, 200, 500 bucks on packs of cards. So it's like,
yeah.
I mean, I guess it's not just EA. I can't just say it's just them, but it's kind of like the way things are going. But usually in a lot of games, it's just cosmetic stuff. Like Overwatch, I know people were kind of like, oh, well, Overwatch does this, but it's all just for looks. It's not actually a thing. Like Destiny, even, it's like, it's most of the stuff you get, it's just for looks. Like it's shaders, it's armor that's at low level that you have to still level up. So
Right.
And it's nothing that gives you like an advantage, really, I would say.
Tony, in Injustice 2, can you buy like the skins and stuff for the characters and like the extra gear?
I think you can buy the crates, the loot, the little mother boxes. But
Which can give you the
gear. They give you the all the armor and stuff.
And that does make your character better, right?
Yes.
In theory.
Yes, it does, because it does have levels and stuff to it. But I mean, when you do it competitively, you can turn that stuff off. A lot of people just turn it off.
Okay.
To where at that point, it just turns cosmetic at that point.
Right. And I'd also say, like, fighting games, I feel like is one game or like one genre of game where skill level is kind of one of those things where, like, if you're good at fighting games, then it's not going to, if some guy that's not good at fighting games has like a really high level, it's not going to make a big difference. Because Tony was whooping my ass when I was down there, so like, and I suck at fighting games. So, and even though he gave me like the best character, like I was a little bit better, it was a little bit closer, but he may have been going easy on me too, because he like beat me like 100 times straight.
And that's another big thing with the Star Wars game too, is that like while people can pay and get these like better perks, if you still suck at shooting a gun, you're gonna suck no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's like there's not much really, like if somebody's gonna be really good and they pay for a bunch of stuff, they were gonna beat you anyway.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, I think it only really matters for like that little percentile people that are actually like good, and they face against someone else that's good, and like literally spending money might have made the difference of why this person's atop the team and this guy's second, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I do think people are blowing up a little bit. I think people just kind of like, at first it's like, yeah, this is BS, and then I think now they're just like, EA, we hate EA. We've always hated EA, so let's just take it to the next level, kind of thing.
I think it was also EA's reaction.
Yeah,
the way that they reacted to it.
Yeah, that comment,
and then
that was bad.
Yeah, well, the comment, and then they took the refund button off their page. Like you couldn't get a refund unless you called and waited in line on their phone service to get a refund. Like that's
also like the first AMA I've ever seen where you couldn't just like go to the AMA and scroll down and hit like the button to see each question answered, because it was all downvoted so much that literally they had to put in links to the actual questions that were answered, because you could not actually find them because they were so far down.
Yeah, they did that wrong. So this is from the Shower Thoughts subreddit. If EA suffers big enough losses from the backlash of Battlefront 2, and it all started because some guy couldn't unlock Vader, this would be the second time Anakin brought balance to something. I thought that was pretty good. So, oh well. I bought the game. I play in the game. Brandon's playing the game. Mark's playing the game.
I have a trial.
Yeah, you have a trial.
I'm not.
All right. Tony's not buying the game. I don't know if I ever did this mindfuck, but I'm gonna do it again anyway. This is more of like a type thing, which I guess could technically be a mindfuck. All right, so the show Friends, right? It ended in 2003, and it still pulls in each year $1 billion from being on Netflix to merchandise to whatever. $1 billion for Warner Brothers. And so the cast, obviously, for being in that syndication, still gets paid. So the main people in that show still get paid every year $20 million.
Holy shit.
Jesus. So they can just retire. They can just not do anything anymore.
Get $20 million because of the syndication a year for Friends, and they'll never not get that.
Well, if you think about it, like most of the cats don't do anything anymore.
Right.
Why would you?
Right, like Jennifer Aniston, she'll do a random movie here and there, but everyone else, I mean, oh no, Joey.
Yeah, he hosts Top Gear or whatever, doesn't he?
Yeah. Wait, is it 20 million a person or like it's
20 million a person
Jesus.
per person.
Good
So
God.
Jennifer Aniston, Courtney Cox, Lisa Kudrow, Matt LeBlanc, Matthew Perry, and David Schwimmer.
Schwimmer.
Good God.
They get 2% of the syndication, which is $20 million. Like that's just how much that they get.
God, man.
Just to
Good God.
talk about that. $20 million.
God, I wish I could get $20 million.
All right.
Once. I don't need it every year. Just give me it once.
All right. Shit, give me $20. I'll be all right.
Give me $2.
Yeah. All right. So the teaser for Deadpool 2 came out, and it was hilarious.
Yes, it was very good.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Watch it.
I haven't watched it yet.
You haven't watched it?
I am sick.
I was expecting him to. I was expecting him to finish that with "I am sick and tired of your bullshit."
That's what I was wondering was coming too. Yeah, I think it was because the first time I started watching, I was like, "Oh, is this some kind of like weird, like viral video kind of thing they were trying to do?" Which is what they were. And then all of a sudden, like, boop, the trailer's like right in the middle, real quick, and then like, whoop, all right, back to the thing. It's like, oh, okay, cool. I thought it was kind of a cool way of doing a trailer. It was different.
I was showing Aaron. Aaron was like, "What the hell is this? Like, is this?" She's like, "This is the trailer." I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Oh, okay." But Ryan Reynolds is.
Yeah, if
it's really crazy to think that he's married to Blake Lively.
Yeah,
you just don't see. I don't know.
So hot.
Blake Lively's not too bad either.
Very lively.
Yeah, and if they ever do by Deadpool, I hope that they keep Reynolds at the very least.
Oh, they have.
They have to. Like literally, it's one of those like roles where it's like he is Deadpool. Like it's if you put anyone else in that role, you're gonna go, well, it's not as good as Reynolds. It's like they're just doomed to fail.
Yeah. 100%. All right, Tony, watch that when when we're done here. It's great.
All right.
So GameStop had a plan, stupid plan, to come out with a used game service. Basically, you pay $60 every 6 months, I believe it was, to start off with.
Yeah.
You could borrow a used game and swap them out as much as you want within that time period. And then at the end of the time period, you got to pick one of those games and keep it for yourself. In theory, it sounded like a good idea, but apparently they've already now suspended it, and it's probably nixed completely.
Yeah, at least for now. The rumor was that their computer system couldn't handle, but I'm wondering if there's more to the story than just their computer system couldn't handle it.
More than likely, there's more to it.
Like our computer system couldn't handle it. We launched it and we just figured it would just work. Nope.
I mean, if somebody pays $60, what's the most a used game cost? Like 55 is the max of like so they would make they would make $5 on that over 6 months. Like I don't know. Plus, obviously that's the max, but
yeah, plus the other issue you got to come across is like there are people that only like literally buy used games. So like now you're literally having people that are just borrowing used games, and it's gonna take out of their stock. And then it's like, I mean, you can do like, I know that Mark had said something about you can do the ship to store thing where like if another GameStop in the area has it, you can just go, oh hey, send that to us, and then borrow it that way or buy it that way. But it was one of those things where it's like it kind of seemed like, oh, okay.
Just use Redbox.
Yeah, I mean, it's very similar to GameFly, Redbox. I mean, similar, same thing. The only thing with Redbox is you can only keep it for a certain amount of days before you start like it's only what, a day or 2 days
Mm-hmm.
before they start charging you.
No, it's like they charge you per day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, see, so but with GameStop you could keep it as long as you want,
Wow.
and then
You look, you keep it for 6 months if you want.
right,
Like, oh, I just want to play Destiny for 6 months straight.
yeah. Shit, Tony didn't want to play it for 6 minutes.
Got that
6
right.
seconds.
I think I've seen that with your
nanoseconds.
Redbox.
It's gonna be $30 Black Friday.
I don't know about all that.
I was waiting for a comment. I heard the exhale of breath. I was just waiting for that comment after.
I'm weak today. I got nothing.
Weak AF. All right. Star Wars news. Better Star Wars news. A new trilogy has been announced. And
Super excited.
Yeah, definitely excited.
I wonder how soon we'll get like more details into it, because I'm assuming this is. I mean, I don't know if this is something that's just like occurred, or if this is like something that's been in talks before and now they just announced it. Or
I feel like they just probably figured out that they wanted to do it, because isn't Rian Johnson basically helming it, and he's the one that's doing The Last Jedi? So like The Last Jedi enough that they're like, this guy's fucking awesome. Let's do 3 movies with him.
Yeah.
The weird thing is though, is he supposed to do the next movie too?
No, Abrams is doing the next one.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah. Which is also fine, because The Force Awakens was an awesome movie.
Yeah,
So,
I'm just wondering, because they literally said it would be like a completely separate thing from like the Skywalker saga or whatever. So I'm just curious where they're going to go with that. If they're going to go in the future, or they're going to go in the past, if they're going to go like the same timeline somewhere else, kind of thing.
The Old Republic and the Knights of them.
That'd be awesome.
That's right.
Whatever. Karth, Bastila,
and
that blue
HK-47.
I wouldn't mind seeing like a far future, just this, because like I feel like that would work better. Because like, remember when like Phantom Menace and stuff like came out, and then that was supposed to be a prequel, but all the like the technology and the vehicles, they all looked better than what happened in the future. You know, it's like, so I feel like if you go to the far future now, you can, you know, you kind of advance on those technologies, on the vehicles and stuff like that. It'd be kind of cool.
I think it'd be kind of cool. Yeah, I think that would be cool, but I think it would also be cool to go way back in the past, like the Old Republic, and kind of see where they're at with that technology.
Yeah, I think as long as it's like either far past or far future, I think it'd be good, because I wouldn't really want it at the same time as this current one, because I feel like you still have like people, you know, they'll be pining for like a crossover or something like that, and I feel like in order to keep it completely separate, just put in a different timeline.
Yeah, I think Rogue One did a better job of kind of like not like keeping it seem old versus like the 3 prequels. Like they added stuff. It's like, well, that looks like that's more advanced than what's in the the older movies. So it's like Rogue One, I think, did a better job of that. So hopefully they stick going with that. But yeah, I'm just curious, like, when's it gonna be? And like, obviously, I'm assuming it's gonna be all new characters. So it's kind of curious what they're gonna.
Right. We'll also have to see. We'll have to see how it works too in the Solo movie, like how that looks. Are they
drop a trailer for that?
Yeah. Are they also doing a Lando movie, or is he just in the Solo?
He's just
movie?
in Solo.
Okay. So I just
So then they also they have the Obi-Wan Kenobi movie too, but that was announced. But that's like about it.
Yeah. So if the Solo movie, Episode 8, and then the Obi-Wan Kenobi movie, Episode 9, and then it should be these trilogies.
You'd think, yeah.
You would think. Well, not only were the trilogies announced, but they also announced that they're going to come out with a new TV series on Disney's forthcoming streaming service that they have announced for 2019.
I actually didn't hear about that.
Yeah, it was like it kind of like got buried by the trilogy announcement, because obviously trilogy announcements was like, whoa, holy crap, like 3 more, like holy wow. Like,
wait, so is it? It's not another cartoon. It's like live action.
Yeah, they said it was live action TV series, but it's like all they said, and they didn't say when. They didn't say
So we can basically expect it to be similar to like a Netflix series.
Yep.
But obviously, it's going to be on Disney's streaming service.
Yeah, and then they also said they're doing. I believe they said something Marvel related original series on there, something Monsters Inc. And then I thought they said something about a High School Musical, but like an actual TV series or something. Like they're doing something with that, but yeah.
Oh, you mean Glee?
Glee.
Wait, how soon
Glee.
is this service supposed to be like?
I think they said some like late 2018. I think
2019 is their target.
Okay.
2019 is their target year, and then they've said that it's going to be cheaper than Netflix. Obviously, it's going to be cheaper than Netflix because they're not going to have as much content as Netflix.
Well, we'll see. If that Fox deal happens between here and there, they'll have.
What is Netflix right now? $7.99.
Netflix is.
It's 10 now, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it'll be.
$2.
Netflix originally was what, $5?
That was for the disc.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was if you wanted to get the DVD mailed to you every month.
The good days.
My mom did that for the longest time. Like even when like the digital thing was there, she kept doing the discs. I'm like, you don't have to do that anymore. You really don't. They're trying to kill this off, and you're like keeping it alive. Stop.
Yeah, my mom did that too, but like we would just hold on to the one disc that we had forever and forget to send it back out to get a new one.
Good old days. All right, so speaking of Fox, and then obviously going into X-Men, so the new X-Men comic series is going to be coming out in 2018, right? February or January, right? Yep. So it's new X-Men comics called X-Men Red, which will be similar to X-Men Blue and Gold, which are already currently out. And Jean Grey will be the leader. Some story about her coming back and being the leader of this one. I'm excited.
Yeah, I mean, we still don't even know how she's coming back, I guess, exactly. It's very mismatched team.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so which
like
I
a
guess,
hodgepodge.
yeah, which I guess should be interesting. But
well, if there's one to lead them, it's the strongest mutant of them all. So
I'm just curious if they're going to continue all new Wolverine since like Gabby and Wolverine are in this. I'm like, are they going to like leave? Like, is there going to be 2 series or are they going to like maybe go back to like something else or like she'll just be in this now? Or I don't know. They haven't said anything, but it's still
they'll probably keep it. I mean, there's been plenty of times when there's been like a team, but then there's been the individual.
Yeah. Like actually, that was recently. Like, X-23 was in one of the. It was whatever. It was the predecessor to X-Men Blue, whatever that is.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
And then they were still doing the Wolverine.
X-Men Prime, I think is what it was called.
No, it was something else.
It was. I know what you're talking about. Was it all new X-Men?
Are you talking
about X-Men?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All new X-Men. Yeah. That's what it was.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was just it was basically the past or the team from the past and the young team.
Yeah, they probably won't because they already have like 57,000 X-Men series right now. So they're probably like, what's another one? Who cares?
Tony, you gonna read that comic?
Nope. Like Justin just made that joke. They just it's too many damn X-Men books. They just need to have Uncanny and one other book.
What's the other one? Oh, Astonishing right now.
Although it's a limited thing, but yeah.
If they could take it back to when it was like Wolverine and X-Men and then just Uncanny X-Men, I could live with that. There's too many teams. We don't need these many goddamn teams around here.
Yeah.
Put Jean Grey on one of the other ones. Jesus Christ.
There's like, because if you really think about it, there's blue, gold, red, and then you also have Astonishing, like as far as just like team things. And then Weapon X, I guess technically is team-ish, but
yeah. I mean, the thing is, it's like
X project people, so it's like
aside from maybe like 1 or 2 characters, they're all like completely different characters. You know, the X-Men are so massive now. Like, how do you give them all the spotlight without doing this?
Yeah. Well, because even if you think about because really Red, it's you got Nightcrawler in there, and so
yeah, I think he's an Astonishing right now, right?
Yep.
But let's be honest here. Do all of these X-Men really need spotlight? besides the ones that we all like, the ones we know, like Nightcrawler, yes, Colossus, Kitty Pryde. Does any of these other ones need? I don't even know who's in the other teams. Like, do they really need a quote unquote like spotlight?
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, if they could do like, honestly, if they could do like like just a bi-weekly issue, and kind of have arcs where it's kind of focusing on different characters at a time, but they still interact with everybody. Maybe that could work instead of having all these teams.
Yeah, if they could do like 2 books. One book was like I said, like one book with like the main X-Men that we all know, and then maybe a second book. Kind of going back, like I said, about the Wolverine X-Men. I feel like Wolverine X-Men had more of the like. Granted,
that was all those students and stuff.
Yeah, all the students, like all the lesser known mutants, like what's his name? Quinn, the one with the purple hair. I can't remember his name.
Quinn.
Yeah, that's when he got popular from that book. I mean, you have one book with all the the heavy hitters, and then another book which is kind of the lesser known mutants. I can live with that.
Yeah, there really is too many right now. There's like and then they have all those solo series too, like Iceman, Jean Grey, and then they have Generation X. Like,
and then aren't they coming out with the Rogue and Gambit?
Yeah. Oh, that's like a 5-issue thing for now. It's not actually like a endless thing. Same thing with Astonishing. Like, that's only 12 issues, and then that's done.
So interesting. Well, Wolverine and the X-Men was a great TV show as well.
Very different from the comic, though.
And I can't. I haven't read Legacy yet, but I know certain things in it. Everybody hasn't read it. Steve, you haven't read it yet, have you? Okay.
You can spoil it. Whatever.
Yeah. No. I'm surprised it hasn't been spoiled for you yet either.
Yeah,
it was spoiled for me.
Yeah, because I read it. Because that's one of the things points I was gonna make. But I'm like, oh, they haven't read it yet. I can't make the point about X-Men that I can want to make.
Yeah. I'll just say this.
I read it. Now I'm trying to remember what point you guys are trying to make.
You know what? Fuck you, Steven. I'm doing it.
Just talk about the point. I don't care.
You may even already know, but like
there's a person who shows up there in that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm wondering if maybe they're moving certain characters in the red because that person's taking over that's other thing. Like maybe that's what they're doing. Because I don't know where he's gonna come into play. I have no idea.
Isn't
they
the other
showed him in nothing?
Because there's a version of that character there already. That character's still there. That's the character still exists, right?
Yes. I believe so.
So I'm like,
yeah, because he's part of Astonishing.
Yeah.
All right, well, great. Now I'm gonna go read Legacy right after this podcast.
You've said it like 2 podcasts. I feel like
I'm doing it.
So a lot of people are thinking that he actually, from what I've seen in like solicitations, I don't think he shows up for a while.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are thinking that he shows up in Guardians of the Galaxy because of what he's holding.
Oh yeah. That would make sense.
I don't know about all that, but what just put the person in there. Why do they need to be the Guardians? Why?
I mean, I'm not saying he's gonna be a mainstay. I'm just saying that might be his first stop.
Why?
I'm sure Steven could probably guess what we're talking about. Just how what we transitioned from. He could probably guessed.
I kind of zoned out. And I was like, nah.
He's reading Legacy currently. He's like, I gotta find out what they're talking about. Yeah, but I don't know. Also, there's an Avengers thing coming where it's like 15 straight issues, like 15 weeks of straight. And like maybe it'll show up there. I don't know, because that supposedly has something to do with Legacy. So it's like, I don't know.
Can they just combine all comics into one so I can buy it?
Like, this person's back, and then like literally, I've been like looking at solicitations, like waiting to see if there's like, hey, it's like an arc involving him, and I'm like, nope, don't see nothing yet.
Yeah.
They should just combine all of Marvel into one comic and release that every week, and then that'd be okay.
Marvel.
so that I don't have to buy all of this.
It's just a 50-page comic every week. I would do.
Yeah,
$10 a week. Screw it, I'll do it.
Yeah, why not?
It's like Deadpool.
Pay now.
When I started trying to catch up on Deadpool, I'm like, why is every other issue of this 50 fucking pages long? People are like, what the fuck? I don't want to get through this. And it's like, Jesus Christ.
Yep.
Then I'm like reading, like, oh, this is just like a throwaway story. It has nothing to do with the main story. I'm like, whatever. I'm reading it anyways.
Yep. Already bought it. Read it anyways. All right. So the Nintendo Switch, which now 3 or 4 of us currently have, even though Justin doesn't play it like a dummy. Hulu is the first streaming service to actually get the app out on the Switch, and which is kind of crazy because you would have expected Netflix to be the first, but Hulu gets it out there, and I will say that I'm going to hold off on my recommendation, but it's good. I like it.
So remember, Steve, when we came over Friday, you was like, "Oh yeah, Hulu's on there." I'm like, I don't really use it. I'm like, I think it's like I don't really use Hulu or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm doing like the 30-day like free trial, like the middle tier, not the live one, and not the like the cheap. What's like $11.99 one? But I guess you don't get the commercials. And I will say,
okay.
I guess it's two. It's not right. This is two separate like reviews. I really like the Hulu app. I really actually like Hulu. It's actually pretty cool. It has a lot of shows that I've been looking for that I can watch on there, and just it being on the Switch, I actually enjoy that a lot. Because this morning when I was making tea and like I was making a bagel, I just had the Switch like just with the kickstand on the kitchen table, and I was just sitting there watching it. And even like before we got on the podcast, I was making dinner. I just had it on the kitchen table while I was like cutting stuff up, and that is like, I think like you saying, Steve. I think you were saying earlier when I was telling you about it, like it's a lot nicer than using your phone and like draining your phone's battery, and like you have so much other stuff coming in, notifications and everything coming in. Just to have that thing in the corner or like in your view, just playing movies or TV. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's like having a tablet. Like if you have a tablet, obviously with a kickstand, at least you can watch something on there and it kind of go through it. But like to be able to have this on the thing and just watch it, and then you're like, well, I kind of feel like playing Super Mario now, so you just fucking pop on Super Mario and you're playing on the Switch. And then I haven't tried it docked yet, but it definitely could help people who may not have a streaming service on their TV that want to watch Hulu on a big screen.
You haven't docked it with Hulu?
Yeah, I haven't docked it with Hulu yet.
I'm docked. I mean, it's like you have like you use Netflix, it's like you use it on Xbox or PS4.
Okay, yeah. So I mean,
it's fine.
Right. So if somebody if they don't have an Xbox or PS4 and they only have a Switch and they don't have a smart TV for whatever reason it is, then they can obviously dock it and watch Hulu via the Switch, which I think is pretty cool. But they just need to add Netflix and Amazon Prime, and I'll be good to go.
I'm surprised Netflix isn't on there yet. Do they have to do anything special? Like, do they have to get approval? I don't think they like. I mean, I'm sure they get like approval, but what is Hulu doing that Netflix isn't doing to get?
Right, I don't know. Let me actually. I mean, we can keep going. I'm just gonna search
it's like a weird Nintendo thing where they're like, oh, we have to make sure this all has like the proper parameters so that parents can only keep kids from watching like, I don't know.
But I'm sure Netflix already has parental control.
Yeah, you would think. Yeah, they already have the kids thing. You could just lock them out of that. And just
apparently, there's a rumor back in September that the Netflix app is ready to go on the Switch. They're just basically waiting for Nintendo's go ahead.
Jesus Christ!
So just another example of Nintendo shooting themselves in the fucking foot. Like,
yeah, maybe they're waiting to kind of do that with their online service, though. Maybe they were waiting. I'm thinking, well, because now Hulu's out, so maybe not. But maybe they changed their mind. Like, all right, we'll start releasing these things a little bit. They would really benefit. It just because I think on like a tablet or a phone, like it already has the kickstand built in.
Right. And the other thing too is I think they probably are just waiting because if they just release everything at once, that they don't really like if they don't have games coming out, there's not really much content to keep it relevant. Like there's not really anything news wise to keep it people talking about it. So if they're like next month or the month after, like, oh, Netflix is coming to the Switch, and then they have a game come out, and then Amazon's coming to the Switch. Like that's just I feel like that could be another reason that they. Although if they released Netflix now, they could definitely use that as like a really good marketing for the holidays. I mean, people are going to want it for the holidays anyway, but it's like you can get the Nintendo Switch where you can watch Hulu and Netflix, right on the Switch.
Mario, and play Zelda.
And play some, like
you know what they really
need?
is like Spotify.
That would be
Imagine
pretty
doing
cool.
that same thing and be able to like, say you're gonna like clean your a certain room in the house or out in the garage or something. You can just like boop perk it up and then like all right, and then it's just you have like a stereo with you at all times, kind of.
There are people saying YouTube would be another good one.
Yeah.
To search on there. The only thing that was it would be cool if you could get Spotify on there, like the Xbox and the PlayStation have, where you can play it in the background. But I don't know if the Switch has that capability for the app. It doesn't have to be open or not. I'm sure it does, but obviously it would.
It's got to be close because it's got that Tegra chip in it, which is basically like a tablet at that point.
Yeah,
you think it could, but you never know.
Right.
I don't know if it'd be able to play games and play music at the same time, but
it's Nintendo.
Yeah, it's Nintendo. You never know.
All right. Well, my recommendation was going to be for Hulu, the service. So I'll just get into that. So we used to have PlayStation View. We currently no longer have PlayStation View, and we switched to Hulu. The live, I guess it's technically still in beta, but it's the Hulu Live TV subscription. Switch right there.
So sorry to interrupt you. So I was just curious, like, if it actually worked with like you have it docked and then you undock it. And if it's still playing like the Hulu, it actually does work pretty well. I didn't realize that.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, damn, that's pretty cool. Okay.
That's pretty quick. There you go. Live action
demo.
Live demo.
All right. Sorry, Steven. Hulu.
No, that's pretty. I mean, you just added to my recommendation there. Basically, we have live TV in my area. We didn't have CBS for some reason with PlayStation View, but we do with Hulu. Which I mean, there's a few shows and plus football's on CBS. So and then plus with Hulu, you obviously get the very large, on
demand.
I can't even think of it. Yeah, the on demand and like not the backlog, but the service of all the old TV shows. What the fuck? What would it be called? Can't even think of the right word.
Wait, what?
Yeah, what
TV shows? Like I'm trying to think of what the word would be for like
what is Hulu?
The collection of TV shows,
or even like
streaming subscriptions.
It's
like network.
No, like not what it is, but like the name of the collection of TV shows.
Video on demand.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I'm just there's a certain word. If I heard it, it'd be like, yeah, that's it. But yeah, it just has all the old TV shows, basically old and newer TV shows that you can watch, and you can go on there and literally watch the first 34 seasons of Survivor on Hulu. Like that's, yeah, like that's the kind of, like also like what was some other ones that we noticed? Like you could go watch He-Man, you can watch Masters of the Universe, Captain Planet's on there. Like there's a bunch of old.
Is that because you have the live one, or is that just Hulu in general?
No, that's just a normal Hulu that has that.
Yeah, because they have the Spider-Man, like the old '90s cartoon series and X-Men and stuff. And all the Fox ones. Because I was looking, I was like, where do you even find those? Like, I was like, I kind of want to like relive my childhood and like watch like a few episodes. And I was just like, oh, especially the Spider-Man one, because I found the X-Men one before, and I found animated series Batman, but I was always like, oh, and then I saw like, oh, Hulu. If you get a Hulu subscription, you can watch the old Spider-Man series. I was like, oh, maybe I'll do it.
Yeah. Tony, what are you looking up now?
No, I'm just looking to see if I can find Captain Planet.
Aaron and I tried to watch it and it really hurt. Like it hurt our hearts to watch.
Oh no!
Watch it because it was.
Can I have a 10-second rant?
Sure.
about the Switch. I hate that when you I think even like when you take it from sleep, it takes a long time for the Wi-Fi to come back on. Well, not a long time, but it takes a few seconds for me, and like that bothers me. I feel like it should just catch it quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't the Wi-Fi be on when it's docked?
It's not like I just locked and unlocked, and the Wi-Fi hasn't connected yet.
Locked and unlocked. Okay.
But then it doesn't show it on. But like if I try to download a game or something, it'll still download. So I don't know how. I don't know.
Brandon, your recommendation.
My recommendation. So since everyone was all hyped up on Hulu, I decided to try the free trial. And one of the shows that I watched is something I used to watch all the time. And
is it? Can I guess what it is?
Did you see you didn't see the notes?
No, I haven't looked. Actually, I have a recommendation too. I
Yeah,
just
go
came
ahead.
on. So no, I didn't look at the notes.
What's your guess?
What's your guess? Guess.
Is it like is it like reality based
Sort of,
reality?
yeah.
Are there three people in the show?
Yeah.
Are there three men?
Yep.
Does any of them jump out of a window?
Yes.
So Tony, what is this show that Brandon's talking about?
Ghost Adventures.
That is correct.
Actually,
Like the show is so obviously it's basically like about three guys that are ghost hunting or whatever, and it's supposed to be real. I mean, whether you believe that or not, it's a really good show to watch, regardless, because it's just like the interactions they have, and like anytime they get scared, it's like you literally might laugh your ass off. Like
So it's
literally,
a very entertaining ghost show.
yes, and like I don't even know if this is in the opening scenes or something, or like there was, I think it was like a documentary before they started their TV show, and basically they show the one scene where they walk into this room and there's like boards and bricks levitating or whatever, and they like freak out and they all run into different directions, and one guy literally jumps out a window. Like
Like an open window or a closed window?
I was open. I think it was open.
Okay.
Yeah. Either way, like it's the things they say and do whenever they're like startled or whatever. It's just hilarious. Like, and I mean, if you believe it, some of the stuff is kind of creepy, I guess, when you watch it. But yeah, I watch it more for entertainment value than I do like
For the scare factor.
yeah.
I will say there was one thing in that show that got me. Brandon, do you remember when they were in a basement somewhere and like through the broomstick? I think it was a broomstick.
Oh yeah. It was like it was like a shovel or something.
And like it hits one of the guys, and like you see the whole video of like, wasn't like it moved or like
Yeah, so like
it moved before it hit him.
Yeah, so they show them entering the room from one view, and you can see clearly where the shovel is, and it's like nowhere near where it is that when it slides and hits the guy. So like it completely moved. So
Interesting. Interesting. Shovel on a string.
yeah.
All right. Justin, recommendation.
My recommendation is Walk the Moon's new album, What If Nothing. I feel like I've been a fan of this for a while. I've actually seen him like live twice. Supposed to see him 3 times, but the third time they actually canceled their tour because the lead singer's father was dying. So he went home to spend time with him. And then also shortly after that, like his longtime girlfriend and him broke up. So this whole album, you can tell, is very, very like based in emotion and deepness. Like so, and I feel like when artists go to that place, they usually make their better like albums. So this is actually one of my favorite. Like I've been listening to it literally since Friday, basically nonstop, basically when I'm driving and stuff. But yeah, it's a really good album. It's not as good as their first album. That's like the album where I got into them. They're self-titled, but their last album, Talking Is Hard, was kind of more poppy, more mainstreamy, and this kind of combines both their CD sounds a little bit. Like I said, it's a little more, I guess, dark. I would say it's kind of like you can just tell that the lyrics definitely came from like deep inside, and he was in a weird, like a bad place at one point when he was writing this. So it gets a little bit nicer at the end because you can tell like the songs kind of progress. You can just see like the different stages of his depression as he's going through it. But yeah, if we were giving scores, I give it a 10. It was really good. The songs I would suggest are Press Restart, In My Mind, and Tiger Teeth are the 3 that I would recommend listening to. Those are my 3 favorite, and I was one to kind of keep listening. Although I love the whole album. There's only really like 2 songs I kind of ever really skip over. That's just because I'm not feeling them at the time.
Walk the Moon. We had they were one of the songs in our wedding, and I don't remember what song it was.
It's probably
I know it was Shut 'Em Down. I mean, I don't remember exactly where in our wedding it was.
Was it probably a part where you should be dancing?
No, yeah. I think it was actually when
that song that you mentioned that is that he wrote that song about the girl that I'm talking about that he broke up with. So like, and they did that album like 3 years ago. So
I think it was when Aaron and I were walking into like the.
okay.
I think that's the song that we had. You right over there, Brandon? You snorting cocaine?
Yeah,
Sure.
I'll be right back. Actually,
All right, Tony, what you got? Recommendation?
All right, so my recommendation is a TV show called Queen Sugar.
Queen
And-
Sugar. Tony's watching porn.
The Sugar Queen. So a friend of mine, she recommended it to me. She said it's very good. This, now that I think about it, Steven, this is a show Aaron would watch. This is 100% Aaron Galvin show. So it's on the OWN network, so it's like produced by Oprah and everything.
Oh, and Aaron doesn't want to watch it.
Because it's like,
Yep.
just have a Anyway, it's about three basically estranged siblings who have to kind of take over their father's like sugar. And like it's like a sugar farm, like you grow like whatever you grow to make sugar.
That's racist.
How is that racist growing sugar?
Because how do you got to get the sugar? What do you got to do?
Cane, whatever the stuff you grow to make sugar. And I've only watched I'm only 3 episodes in, but I enjoy it. I think it's a pretty good show. And it's, it's good interplay between the 3 different siblings. Because you have, I think, like, there's the oldest daughter who's, like, kind of like a hippie drug dealer, kind of, sort of. And then it's, like, the middle daughter who's, like, has the same father as them, but different mother. And, like, she's, like, the wife of a basketball player who gets, like, caught in a rape allegation. And then they have, like, the youngest son who's, like, lived with their father and is kind of with him the whole time. And it's just the 3 of them trying to figure out how to keep the farm going after, they get the farm, they inherit the farm. So I think it's pretty good.
It's got Rutina Weasley in it. Wesley.
Yeah, that's Tara from True Blood, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I think she's the only that I've seen, the only known actress on there.
There's a few I've seen in random stuff, but yeah, she's probably the biggest one I think that.
Yeah. So for the most part, I find it interesting. Just from there's good drama between all the family members and just them trying to keep the farm going and stuff like that. So I think it just ended this first season. The whole first season's on Hulu. So I'm watching that. That's another Hulu plug. That's what I'm watching now. I think the second season either just ended or just started.
Is J.K. Simmons in it?
I haven't seen him in it.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. It was just in a recommended. People also search for this when you.
Unless maybe he hasn't seen it. Mm-hmm.
Who knows?
But yeah,
all right.
Aaron would like that. It's in the I think it's in that Gilmore Girls, One Tree Hill.
Do you know how hard it is to get Aaron to watch a new fucking TV show? I've been trying to get her to watch Stranger Things 2 for the past 2 weeks, and we just fucking can't do it.
Yeah, I'm sure she hasn't watched any more Hannibal.
Breaking news. Josh has a recommendation. Our one viewer, Josh, has a recommendation. He recommends The Gifted, the X-Men TV show from Fox. Or is it FX? It says Fox.
Fox.
It's Fox.
Yeah.
Tis Fox. Is it on Hulu?
I've been wanting to watch it, but I just have so many shows, and then Punisher comes out Friday, and I'm just like, God.
What else comes out Friday?
Star Wars Battlefront 2?
Punisher's coming out Friday.
The hell's that?
But Punisher. I mean, my penis. Who's using the vibrator right now?
Right? I know, Tony. What are you doing? Is
that the Punisher?
Is that Tony's vibrator right there? Oh, he's charging his mic. I
guess it died.
Good God. The Gifted is on Hulu.
Can you guys hear me?
Hey, Hulu,
I just don't have.
Why don't you sponsor us? We've mentioned you 12 times today.
Who?
Come on.
Why is there not more time in a day?
Right? I think we just need to quit our jobs is what it comes down to. And then you could probably have time to do everything.
True. Very,
yeah,
very
another
true.
can we segue for a slight second again?
Good God. Sure.
So, Justice League comes out in a few days. Tomorrow, right? Technically, isn't it tomorrow? Technically.
Yeah, I'm seeing it tomorrow at 7.
Let me tell you something. So I listened to the soundtrack, the score for the movie, and I don't want to spoil it for anybody.
Oh yeah,
But
I know what you're talking about.
there are certain things, like it's a snippet. It's like maybe 15
Yep.
seconds. A
Yep.
certain theme song plays that because it's Danny Elfman, the guy who did the score for the original 2 Batman movies.
Oh yeah. Okay, I
stuff,
remember now.
all stuff. So and I think he did the animated series. Well, I think they took the song, the theme from the movies goes into the animated series, but well, I guess I'm kind of giving it away then.
Yeah.
It plays. There's a slight second you hear
There's
that
there's an undertone of the old theme songs in some of the songs, pretty much, right? Like it's
no. I think once
it's not like the
play. They legit play the Batman theme.
oh.
Wait,
Because I listened to what it's the one that I posted. I think it's the one I posted.
No, which it's the original one from like Adam West one, right?
no, it's the animated like the.
No,
Like the first movie.
Wait, hold on.
like Michael Keaton.
Copyright strike.
We're not getting. Nobody listens anyway. We're not getting copyrighted.
Can you hear it? Just wait. It's coming. It's coming. It just comes out of nowhere.
So there's that one, but there's also another song that there's like not really the full like theme song, but you could hear the tone in the background of the song.
Yeah,
that's in there. And that's from like the Michael Keaton movie.
but that one's from that one too. That's where that's from. Like
I'm sorry, but it's like the other. Yeah.
But yeah,
Either
when I
way,
heard,
just listen when you watch it tomorrow.
yeah, when I heard that, I was driving to work. I was like, oh my god, I actually almost teared up. I almost cried a little bit. I don't care what anybody says. 10 out of 10 now.
So then, Tony, when are we going to see it?
Yeah, Josh got tired of waiting for you guys. He's like,
Yeah.
myself.
I don't know.
Well, the thing is, us three live close to each other, and Josh lives 45 minutes away.
Right.
So, God damn, Tony, relax.
No, right? What the fuck?
It's just a movie.
Oh, we get breaking news. Breaking.
Josh just texted in and sent over that link.
Yeah.
Guys, gotta be a little quick with that breaking news.
So, right? Oh, God, man. All right, Brandon, your musical recommendation.
All right. This week I'm recommending a band called Secrets. Just Secrets.
Are they victorious?
Maybe. No. They are a post-hardcore band, similar to like We Came as Romans. I'm not so much Icy Stars, but like in that vein, basically. I think they've been around for like 5 years or so, something like that. But I don't know. I don't think they're too popular just yet. But and I actually think they just got released by Rise Records, whatever. But they're still really good. The song I've been like really hyped up on right now is called Incredible. So it's a single that they just released. Definitely recommend you give it a try. And then
One that you gave us last week was actually pretty good, even though there's only 5 songs on Spotify.
Geez, I can't. Stand Atlantic.
Yes, the girl group.
Yes, yeah.
The girl group.
Yeah.
Them women's.
What song did you say, Brandon? The Incredible is the one you were talking about? Okay. It's explicit. I don't know if I can listen to it.
Go get Aaron's permission real quick.
All right. All right. I'll do that. All right. So Secrets Incredible. Incredible Secrets. Justin.
It's a
You
secret.
mad, bro?
Tread lightly. I saw what your rant is. Tread lightly.
No, okay. I am.
Is that a threat?
God damn right.
Okay. here is my thing. Here's my rant, and this is okay. Let's just go and do it. I wrote it down earlier in the week because I was pissed off then, and now I just remember it. So now I'm pissed off again. So DC Comics, you need to get on the digital age train and include free fucking digital comics in your fucking comics. Same issue shit. Like Marvel gives you 2. Like Marvel gives you the same issue, and then like every week they pick a different issue to give you free. So you get 2 digital comics with your purchase of a comic. And like DC is so weird with their digital shit. Like the regular like monthly series like Titans, All-Star Batman, I know, those came with digital codes, but like Metal, none of those come with digital codes, and it's $5 comic. It's like, what the fuck? Like, because I like to read digitally just because it's easier when I go to bed. What I do is when I go to bed, I read until I pass out. And basically, it's
so you can have a comic every night.
Right, exactly. I read half a comic every night, and then I pass out, and then I wake up around 2 o'clock with an iPad on my face, and then I go, fuck. And I have to read the rest of it, and then I go to bed. So, but basically...
Wait, the iPad hitting you in the face doesn't wake you up right then and there?
No, I could sleep through like anything, basically. Well, it's like...
I'm gonna get Melissa to punch you in the face and see what happens.
Yeah, well, okay, so side note, this is not really a rant. The other issue is just like, well, you know, I'm not really waking up in the middle of the night to feed him anymore. She just kind of like rocks our child to sleep. She doesn't actually like feed him anymore. She's like, so now if you want, you can get up. And I'm like, oh, I don't really want to. But she's like, I'm like, if I have to, I will, but you're gonna have to wake me up. It's like, you won't wake up from the baby crying? And I'm like, absolutely not. Because like I am just such a sound sleeper. Like literally you could just like clap in front of my face when I'm asleep. I will not wake up. I'm like dead. So yeah. But anywho, they need to start including digital codes, especially, I mean, I guess for the $3 comics, I understand why they don't do it. But I feel like for the $4 comics for Marvel, like they include 2 issues with every comic. Like it's just, I don't know, it grinds my gears because I had to get these stupid, hold on, stay right here.
Well, we're not going anywhere, so guess we'll stay right here. Tony, do you care about digital comics?
Actually, I did when Marvel started doing it. I did enjoy it a lot because that's when I use my iPad all the time, and it was very convenient instead of having to carry around like 5, 6, 7, 8 books. What the fuck is this?
See, this is what I have to wear because of DC Comics. Because when I want to read a DC comic, I have to wear freaking light up glasses so I can actually see in the night. Because Melissa needs the room to be like pitch black, other than like a little light in front of my face.
Daytime, like a human being, like a normal person.
But
what kind of lamp next to your bed?
Because she's like, okay. Because what she'll do is I'll be reading, and she'll be like, "Hey, can you turn off that light?" And I'm like, "I'm reading." So then I'll just go on Marvel Unlimited and start reading Marvel instead. And that's why like I've not caught up on DC yet, because it's like everything I have is like paper. It's all issues, and then I like it, but at the same time, it's just easier for me to read digital when I'm trying to go to bed, because I don't know. It's just one of those things where it's like I just don't understand why they don't do it. Marvel's been doing it for a long time. Like they had the same issues, and then they got rid of them, and then they brought them back. So they've like listened to feedback, obviously, sometime in that and fixed it. And DC like doesn't even like. I just don't think there's an excuse for them for like things like Doomsday Clock and Metal and all those one shots and stuff. It's like a $5 comic. Like you can't include a digital version of it with it. Like it's just, I don't know. I kind of like digital just because I like having everything at my fingertips on my device. So like when I went to the doctor last week, I was like, okay, so I'm kind of waiting here. So I was like, oh, I'll just pull up a comic and I'll just read on my phone. And like it's not the best way of reading, but in a pinch like that, it's nice. And DC, it's like you just don't have that option, really. I just feel like they're a little bit behind, and it pisses me off sometimes.
I wish Marvel's website wasn't so fucking shitty to do the digital comics.
Really, like sometimes it works. Yeah, that's another good rant. Like the redeeming the code thing. Sometimes it just is so shitty. Like there's some days where I go on and like literally you'll put the code, it'll show you what you have, and you'll hit continue, and it'll be like go back to like the code entering screen. Like, did it work? And then you enter the code. It's like, no, it didn't work.
Crazy stuff. Side note, Josh, if you're still listening, this will probably interest you most of all. Hulu, now that we've done it 16 times, they have the entire series of the X-Men animated series.
I said that.
Did you say X-Men animated series?
I said X-Men and Spider-Man. It may have broke up.
I'm surprised, Steven, you didn't mention that series coming to Amazon.
Yeah, I was hoping for a little bit more kind of information on it.
I guess that's just all they've really done is announce it, right?
Oh yeah, I was gonna put that in the note. And I did not.
We can talk about it next week.
We can just mention it. They're bringing a Lord of the Rings series to.
They're making a Lord of the Rings series on TV.
And actually, from what I read today, is like I guess there was someone that left, like released the estate or what? I don't remember what it was.
So J.R.R. Tolkien is the guy who wrote the original books, but he lived in like the 1800s basically, and so his current living heir, let go of the estate, like kind of not absolved it, but like got rid of it, so that a lot of the content can be utilized within whatever Amazon's going to do. But I think Amazon ordered like 2 seasons already, and so I'm pretty excited because it's going to be in the past from what the Lord of the Rings movies are, which I mean there's a lot of history and stuff that you can go into.
The only thing I will say is like that worries me a little bit is that like I can't see how Amazon has that much money to spend on this show.
What? Like, who Amazon is?
I know. But what I'm saying is like
you're thinking of the scale of Lord of the Rings and how Amazon can do a TV show on that,
right? And like I mean, I'm sure they have a ton of money, but like how much is actually allotted to their streaming service?
Yeah, if Amazon can do what HBO can do with Game of Thrones,
I don't think they can. That's
I don't know. I mean,
I don't think they can do what HBO
can. Is the better.
Yeah, I don't think they'll go to full Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
like amount, but if they can come anywhere close to that, then I mean it's going to be popular among Lord of the Rings fans. And as long as it's not a 4-hour movie, people might actually watch it.
Yeah. True.
So,
What's next?
And I think they have to, right? It's how Harry was made, actually.
Yeah. Okay, just going back to my rant though. Like, do you guys have any feelings on that?
I don't do the Marvel one now. Just have so many issues with the website, but DC should do it. I agree with you that DC should do it. Like that's just the day and age we are in.
That's every time I think about it, I'm like, why the hell don't they? Like, and the thing is, if I've looked, and like the other thing too is, I wish DC had was something like Marvel Unlimited because that would have saved me a shit ton of money.
I actually have a coworker. He's waiting for that to happen because he does the Marvel Unlimited version. And he's like, I read so many more DC comics if that existed. He's like, but I'm not going to buy the physical books.
Right. Because I have Marvel Unlimited. I love it. It's like, because for instance, after I finish what I'm reading now, I'm going to read Thor, but I'm going to start The God Butcher, but I didn't want to buy everything back if I didn't really need to.
Yeah.
So it's just like, it's nice I can just go back to it and go, okay, read. It's like literally current up to 6 months ago. So it's like every Monday, the new stuff pops on there and it's like, oh, cool. So now I don't have to buy this because,
I got a...
weird that they don't do that.
Yeah.
It doesn't bother me as much because I actually like having the physical comic. The digital is always like, oh, that's a nice extra, something I can just take it with me, take my iPad to work and during lunch, just sit and scroll.
Yeah, I mean that is nice. I do like having physical copies too, but like there's some series and arcs and stuff like that. It doesn't really. It's like, why do I don't need this and like physically. Like I just want to know what happens. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all ain't real.
Yeah. The other thing too, I don't remember last time. I think the only digital comics I've ever read are Walking Dead ones, so it didn't really matter as much. But like, if you have a page in a comic that's like it's like 2 pages, but it's like one big picture, is that split in when you read it digitally?
No, it's like they put it like on one thing. They put if you put it in like landscape view, then it like fills the screen.
Okay. Because I was like that would, I don't know. I just feel like that's kind of.
What's nice about it is it gets rid of that crease in the middle. So like it's like it looks how it was intended, kind of without the.
Okay.
That's the only thing that's kind of nice. I mean, it's not like a big deal. Like it's not something like that's going to like change your experience completely, but
yeah.
So you tell me the main point of your rant was a crease.
No, like, side note. No, I just don't understand why they don't do it. It's just like, what are
Didn't you
doing?
see them fucking ridiculous glasses? That's Justin's rant. He doesn't want to have to wear
I
those
don't
to go to sleep.
You look like you're about to like go in a cave. What the
This is not a good look for me.
I'm going
You-
diving.
Justin's going spelunking. That's what Justin's doing.
I'm going
What's a
diving.
crime scene? What the hell is this?
Good God.
So, what's the I got a traffic rant. Well, I got a traffic rant, which Brandon Steven can relate to. Do you remember when we went to the movies on was it Saturday, Friday, Sunday? What day did we go?
Sunday.
And Brandon made that
I
left
was
turn
driving.
out of the Golden Chicken, huh?
Yeah, I was gonna say, and I was driving. This is a rant about me.
Oh yeah, that motherfucker.
Hit me. Well, actually, Steven, go because this since y'all in the front seat, go. Tell him.
All right, so we're in a Brandon's driving in a right turn lane. There's 2 turn lanes to turn left, right? So there's the left turn lane and the right left turn lane. We're in the right side, and there's a guy next to us. So we obviously, when you're going, would have to take a wider turn to get and stay in your lane. Well, this motherfucker decides he's going to turn, but then just get in our lane. Like,
Hey,
we're turning, and he's just drifting over. Just
Right.
takes as wide of a turn as he wants.
Like I have first dibs, so all these lanes. Screw you.
right.
No
I mean-
turn signal, nothing.
No turn signal, nothing. And weren't they from somewhere? Wasn't it not?
It was like Connecticut
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah,
It was probably Virginia, because Virginia drivers are the fucking worst.
I don't even think
But
he
that's-
saw you
that's-
because like he literally like as soon as we turned, he
No,
bit-
he didn't. No, he didn't. He didn't see
No.
you. I assume that he thought that was a straight lane and that you couldn't turn.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how.
But
I mean,
I don't know.
like,
I mean, your
yeah.
car has headlights. I don't know how you can't see headlights. I don't know. Who knows? And I think that's going to do it for this episode of Same Person Radio.
I thought this was supposed to be a short episode.
I know it's been an hour, over an hour.
You should know better. No matter what, even if we had like no news, no recommendations, no topic,
I have a
still
topic that I wanted to discuss, but we should definitely do it next week because I feel like it's going to take a while.
Yeah, you were talking about that. I was hyped to hear what it was.
So
Wait, what is this topic?
We'll tease it.
Here's-
Yeah,
here's
tease it for
the-
next week.
We'll tease it.
This will be the
Take a little
tease.
bit.
So yeah, I'll tease that. Here's what I'll do. I'll give the ending. I'll tease that. I'll do the musical outro, and then we'll be done. So
Okay, you'll do it? Okay.
yeah. So thank you everybody for listening. Thank you, Josh, for watching on YouTube. Justin will hopefully get the audio version within the next 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Thanks for the
was like,
text,
Yeah,
Josh.
the audios are up. Yeah, thanks for text, Josh. So yeah, follow us on Facebook, Twitter. Let us know that you're listening. All the kind of stuff. Subscribe, like us. My tease is that basically, are Marvel movies actual good movies, or are they just fun?
Ooh, boy.
So that is the tease. Next time on
My follow up to that is fuck you, Tony.
Actually, that works
28,
better.
maybe talk about that.
That works better
Yeah.
for next week because
We'll
I'm
talk
sure
about that
by
next
then. Yeah, I'm sure by then we all would have seen Justice League by then.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we have a. I'm gonna see it at some point.
We'll have some
I don't
extra. Yeah.
know. We'll-
Yeah. All right. So
All right.
next week we'll talk about that topic. Here is in My Mind by Walk the Moon. Have a great. Bye.
This will be me on next week. All next week on the show. All next week.